warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Welcome to our talk show,
and we will talk about
culture. While talking about culture, Irfan, we are going to call some expert in culture.
Oh, who is it?
Okay, let's call them. The first one, Nabila Aulia and Dedi Sulaiman. Hi.
Hello.
Hi. How are you today, Nabila?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Fine. And Mr. Dedi?
Wonderful.
Okay, pretty good. Okay, well, Nabila, you look so good today.
Thank
You are so awesome today. What kind of dress that you wear today?
I'm wearing kebaya.
Kebaya. Okay, kebaya is very nice. And Mr. Dedi?
Yeah, I am the couple of
Oh.
Kembali.
Oh, okay. That's very good, Irfan. Okay. Well, let's have a seat.
Okay, thank you. Nabila first.
Well, okay. We are going to talk about culture today, as in the TV and the television. Well, let's begin with the basic question. What is actually culture? Starting from Nabila first.
Okay, from my opinion, culture is what we see, what we do, what we are going to do.
Okay, so what we are going to do is a part of culture.
Yes.
Okay, so from Mr. Dedi?
Okay, culture is a set of belief, custom, and the results of human thoughts that is behaved by human.
Behaved by human. So, can I conclude with the part of culture is behave of human?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, thank you.
Okay, and the next question is talking about culture. Culture is always relation with ethnicity. Can you tell definition about ethnicity?
For example, what we have to do to be different with ethnicity and culture is if you see a Japanese person that born in Japan, but they went to Australia, for example, and they adopt in there using an Australian language, and the ethnicity is he is a Japanese person.
Japanese person.
But the nationality and the culture is Australian.
Australian. And from Mr. Dedi?
Yeah, this is right. What Nabila said, that ethnicity belongs to a man where she belongs to the place where he or she was born. You know, the ethnicity would be probable belongs to the nation that has many local wisdom. You know, like Indonesia, we have Sundanese, Javanese, Padanese, Maduris. That is the ethnicity. So for the advanced countries like USA, probably they have one language and they have a very big area. So that ethnicity would be owned by the nation who have the local wisdom. Does it make sense to you?
It's quite enough.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. We have talked about culture and ethnicity. This is the last thing that me relate to culture and also ethnicity. The last one is nationality. What is actually nationality? Maybe from Mr. Dedi?
Well, as I said to you before, that a nation could have local or ethnic, or the nation could not have the ethnic. You know, our nation, Indonesian, for example, within Indonesia, we have many ethnic. That is called by ethnicity. So that's if we refer to our culture about nationality and ethnicity, it would be different because we have the identity of Sundanese like kebaya, that is ethnicity. Probably Indonesia doesn't have kebaya, but Sundanese has one. So that nationality is bigger than ethnicity. And not all of country has the ethnicity. We are Indonesia. We have ethnic, and we have also local culture like kebaya Sundanese culture, and also we have Indonesian culture. So that is why you are talking about ethnicity and nationality, because in the perspective of culture, we have a different one. We have Sundanese language and we have Indonesian language. It means we have Sundanese culture and Indonesian culture. For Sundanese one, we have the ethnicity, and when we are talking about Indonesia, we are talking about nationality. I think that is my perspective.
Okay. Maybe do you have any question?
I want to know what's your opinion about individualism and collectivism.
Well, I think that is a good idea, good question. Do you want to answer first, Nabila?
I think related to individualism. From the example that I said before, a Japanese person went into Australia and used Australian language in the daily life. I think nationality and culture is the choice depend on the individual itself and political decision. But ethnicity is easily to recognize. That's it. I think individual is what is it? Yeah. That's individualism that I get.
So individualism means that it depends on the person.
Yeah.
Okay, Mr. Dedi?
Yeah, it could be right what Nabila said. When you are talking about East culture and West culture, so that we have the term for individualism and collectivism. You know, our culture in East culture, like what you said, Japanese one, Indonesian, Chinese, we are living in East, so that East culture belong to those who collectivism. Why this is collectivism? Because we live with community. We are living with a community, and the term in culture could be called by komunal. Okay, komunal means when Nabila or Rahul or Irfan would like to supervise to the lecturer, probably you will invite your friends. Would you like to come with me to go to Padedi? That is called by collectivism, based community. You know, the term like RT, RW, in our culture, this is in East culture, because we are living with community based. Yeah, and then for individualism in West culture, they can be independent. When someone wants to meet the boss or student, meet the lecturer, that is, for example, they live independence, not with the collectivism.
Okay, well, thank you so much for the explanation. It's quite clear, and I understand. Okay, the next one, we know that about the time. Let's talk about the time. Let's talk about the time, because in East and West has different culture of time. In the West, they used to be on time. They used to be on time. Meanwhile, in Indonesia, we know that Indonesian people love to be ngaret. So they come late. They come late. It's different with the West culture. So how come that's happened, Mr. Dedi?
Well, I think I am going to explain that after the break time, right? Okay.
Well, okay. Well, because this is time for break. Thank you so much, Mr. Dedi. We are going to be back soon.
Okay.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. What would I do without your smart mouth? Drawing me and you kicking me down. Got my head spinning, no kidding, I can't pin you down. What's going on in that beautiful mouth? I want your magical mystery ride. And I'm so dizzy, don't know what hit me, but I'll be alright. My head's underwater, but I'm feeling fine. You're crazy and I'm out of my mind. 'Cause all of me loves all of you. Love your curves and all your perfect imperfection. Give your all to me, I'll give my all to you. You're my end and my beginning. Even when I lose and win, 'cause I give you all of me, and you give me all of you. How many times do I have to tell you? Even when you're crying, you're beautiful too. The world is beating you down and around through every mood. You're my downfall, you're my muse, my worst distraction, my rhythm and blues. I can't stop singing, it's ringing in my head for you. My head's underwater, but I'm breathing fine. You're crazy and I'm out of my mind. 'Cause all of me loves all of you. Love your curves and all your edges, all your perfect imperfection. Give your all to me, I give my all to you. You're my end and my beginning. Even when I lose and win, 'cause I give you all of me, and you give me all of you. Give me all of you. Cards on the table, we're both sewing hard, risking it all till it's hard. 'Cause all of me loves all of you. Love your curves and all your edges, all your perfect imperfection. Give your all to me, I give my all to you. You're my end and my beginning. Even when I lose and win, 'cause I give you all of me, and you give me all of you. I give you all of me, and you give me all of you.
Well, thank you so much for the group 5 for the performance. What a great performance. We love to see it. Well, let's go back to the question. What is the idea about that time? What do you think about Indonesian who loves to be ngaret? Meanwhile, in the West, people in the West used to come on time.
Well, whether this is the different culture between times, okay, about times, that in West culture we have to be precise. And you know, that is why English culture, for example, they have tense, we know tenses.
Yeah.
So the verb is changed based on times.
Yeah.
Yeah, because time is everything. So that's English phrase, time is money. Probably we know time is money because time is very valuable. So that we have to praise here that West culture, they have the precise in time. You know, let's talk about language. When I say that English culture, because they have the time, the verb is changed based on times. In our Sundanese culture, Indonesian culture, the verb is still verb. So the verb is not changed based on times. But you know, the Bahasa Sunda, the verb also changed, but not based on times, Rahul, Irfan. You know, Sundanese people, in talking about language, the verb is changed based on the object.
Okay.
Based on the object. You know, like eat. For Sundanese, we have 5 terms for it. You know, for me, the word eat is nada. Okay. For younger than our age would be dahar, and for the older one would be tuan, and for animal would be nyatu. Nyatu. So the verb is changed based on the object with whom we are talking to. The verb would be changed. And for Arabic, the verb will be changed based on subject. You know, in Arabic, huwa humahu, hiya humahunna. So the verb is changed based on subject. Okay, back to the time. You know, West culture, for example, English, they are very respect, okay, about the time. Not for us in Indonesia. You know, Rahul, when you said Indonesia ngaret, because Indonesia has 2 seasons, you know, this is very peaceful in Indonesia. So the time would be based on mood.
Based on mood.
Yeah,
That's Indonesian.
Yeah, based on mood. If this is, yeah, everybody here, yeah, let's begin. This is not exact to the time. But you know, because we are here in Indonesia, we have to understand multicultural. We are studying English, so we have to know the culture, and we can correct our culture, our behavior to be better. That is about time. Okay. I think that is my opinion, Bro.
Okay, well, thank you so much, Mr. Denny, for the explanation. It's really clear that I know that some Indonesian are love to be coming late. I think Indonesian must imitate the West people to come on time.
That's good idea.
Okay, Mr. Denny, I have the last one question, and this is in Indonesia we know that the older must be respect. Okay, must be respect, and we call them with sir, ma'am, aunt, uncle, and many else. Meanwhile, in the West country, they call each other directly by their name. Why it can be happen?
Okay, before I'm going to answer your question, Nabila, do you have any opinion related to time, as what Rahul said about West culture, East culture, about ngaret, on time? Do you have any opinion?
Thank you for asking, Mr. I think Indonesian people used to do that, and time is like related to their behavior. I think they used to late come, then they call it is like a common thing that happens in every time. That meanwhile in the West it's not really common thing. It's like it's like a mistake, not
Mistake.
that shouldn't be happen. the time is money, and yeah, Indonesian people is and take them as a culture, as a behavior, as a common thing that happens that way. That's why Indonesian people is always get used to play.
Okay.
So in that term, I would like to go along with you, Nabila, Rahul, that if you think that Indonesian culture is like this, because you are studying in university level, we have to be better, we have to correct our bad culture to be the best one. At least to be better. You know, we are in East culture, and also we have Islamic culture. We have 5 times praying, okay? So probably we have to be more disciplined, because every adhan, this is the Allah calls, and we have to take for praying. So I think we have to be better in regarding times, because you know our Islamic culture also we are reminded by our holy book, Rahul, Nabila, Irfan. Wal Asr, for example, Wabluha, Walail. There are many terms in Al Quran said about time. So I think we agree that we have to be better regarding times. Not only just to accept our nationality as Indonesian, this is Indonesian, jam karet. We have to be better. We have to respect our time, and we can try from ourselves. Okay. Yeah. Back to your question about calling. Okay. You said that you asked in our culture we have to say about Bapak, Ibu. Yeah, I think this is natural, Irfan. When you ask why it happens, this is culture. One of the aspects of culture is from our ancestors, right? From our parents, from our grandma, grandpa. That we have to respect other based on age. And that is why, once again, related to language, we are in Faculty of Humanities. Humanities means culture, that part of humanities would be language. In West culture, Irfan, they have the difference between male and female. This is gender. Gender means, you know, from the word she or he. She or he. So that's for the phrase like ladies first, it would be English. In our culture, this is different. Probably when Nabila and me here, Nabila will say, you come first, sir, because of East culture. We are talking about English, but you are in East culture. Nabila, Papa, please, you are first. So Nabila has the East culture, whether she is talking in English. So that in English culture, Irfan, we have the term like how many sisters do you have? How many brothers do you have? This is English. Because in our culture, East culture, Nabila, would ask me, Pak Dedi, how many kakak, how many adults do you have? Not brother and sister, because English has the difference lies in gender. So the question, how many brothers do you have? How many sisters? The question is gender. But in our East culture, Nabila, kamu punya kakak berapa? Okay. Nabila, kamu punya adik berapa? So this is based on age. So what Irfan said, why it happens, the age or the respect to the older is from our ancestors. That is why we have that culture. And you know, some of the phrase like how many younger brother or older sister, this is the adaptation from English language and East culture. Kakak means older, a brother. So in English, I think this is not common to say how many older brother, a younger sister, but just brother and sister. What do you think?
I think, yeah, I agree with Mr. Didi. but I have something to say that why Indonesian people have respected the older, like parents, like brother, their brother, their sister, because the role of religion, the Indonesia is like have a vibe, if I'm not mistaken, a vibe religion, Islam, Christian, yeah, and that's all kind of that. It's the role of religion is build their moral, their good moral, to respected parents.
Well, thank you so much, Nabila and Mr. Dedi, for the answer. And I have a cue card here that we are going to answer together. Maybe one or two is enough because our time is limited. Well, maybe Mr. Dedi, you can take it first.
Would be the second one.
Okay.
Should I close?
Yes. No, you can read it, and we are going to answer the question with our experience, with our opinion.
Okay. What about the time? Is it enough for me to answer the questions?
Okay, 4 minutes left.
Okay, probably we have the break first.
Okay. Well, I think it is enough to have talk about our culture. That the time is limited. Thank you so much, Mr. Dedi, and also Nabila, for the answer. And we are going to be back after the break. Well, okay, welcome to our talk show again, and we are going to talk about the answer of the question in the cue card, and Mr. Dedi have taken it. Maybe Mr. Dedi, you can read it aloud so we can know.
Okay, this is the questions. What culture shock have you ever felt?
Okay, what culture shock? It's interesting.
Yeah, culture shock. You know, when I was in Ohio State University in 2009, this is 12 years ago. So, you know, when I had to go to my campus, you know, the direction of the cars, of the transportation is different from us, right? Because, you know, from us, we have to see if I have to cross the street, we have to see from my right side and then left side.
Okay.
So when I was there, I have to see the left side and then right. You know, the culture shock would be occurred in my body because my habitual action in Indonesia, I have to see this one and then come to the middle of the street and then left one. But there, I have to see, oh, this is my left side. And then I approach then to the right side. I don't know about the phrase, in Indonesian phrase, you know, kalau nyebrang itu harus lihat kiri kanan. You know, kiri kanan will be best for the West culture. Kiri means you have to turn left and then turn right. So in our culture, Rabu, Nabila, Irfan, kalau nyebrang itu harus lihat kanan kiri. Because you know, when we have to cross, this is our right side, right? You have to see, to turn right, there is no cars, then you have to walk, then the left side. So when I heard about harus lihat kiri kanan, this West culture. Actually, we have to turn left and turn right. That is my experience in shop culture. What about you, Nabila? Do you have any experience?
Yeah, I have a friend, his name is Andri. He is behind camera. He's from informatics engineering. And I have a different mindset with him. He is also really structuralized person. What is it? Because I think that's because he learned algorithm, he learned coding. I think that's why, because he's really structuralized and perfectionist person that have to check a detail that could be mistaken. But meanwhile, me, I don't have I don't really care about
the really perfectionist, like
Yeah.
yeah.
From the perspective of science, you are social or humanities,
Yeah.
and he's in exact, you
Yeah.
know, informatics,
Yeah.
mathematics is exact.
Yeah.
So I think this is also categorized into shop culture.
Okay, yeah.
You know, our learning in university level will be continue to your marriage, your life after campus, and this is one of the thing that you have to understand.
Okay.
This is the one.
I ever felt culture shock. It was the first time when I came here to
Yeah.
Bandung because I am native of Jakarta.
Oh, you
So,
are from Jakarta.
you know, Jakarta is so hot. Then when I come to Bandung, oh my God, this is so cold. So I must wear double clothes. Like you know, it's very cold in Bandung. That's my culture shock. Maybe Irfan, do you have a culture shock?
Yes, I ever culture shock. Recently, in the 5th semester
The 5th semester.
in
Okay.
online meet, I have to wake up in the morning and yes, go to campus in the morning, meet a lot of people, and this really tired. But sooner or later, it's not bad.
Yeah, okay, it's not bad. Okay, maybe the next one. Nabila, take it. Okay.
Okay, I have a question for you guys, and for me too. How do you adapt with a new environment?
Okay, maybe from you.
Okay, I think how I adapt to a new environment is to analyze it, to see, to feel, and to understand. To understand the new environment, we have to see, we have to feel, we have to we have to learn people, how they do that, how they attract to something. I think we have to analyze and feel and see.
Okay.
That's
Okay, Rahul.
Okay. To adapt with the new environment, I think I remember Indonesian idioms that di mana kamu berpijak, di situ langit dijunjung, and I always remember that idioms.
Do you know that idiom in English, Rahul?
Actually, it's quite difficult because maybe in the West culture they don't have that kind of culture. But for me, because I came to Bandung because this is new for me because I'm native of Jakarta, so I must adapt with the new people to try to analyze. It's true. Analyze the communication. Try to build a good communication with my friends, Nabila, Irfan, and so on. That is the thing that we must do because wherever we must adapt with the condition.
I think the point is we have to know their culture.
Yeah, that's true. And Irfan?
I think I will do the research first.
Research?
Okay.
Okay.
Research means the thesis. We need probably 6 months to have the research.
Not that research, right?
No. I'm browse on the internet.
Ah, that's a good idea.
Yes. Or I'm asking a friend who expert in that environment. Yes. For asking like how you can do that. Yeah.
Mr. David?
Yeah, I think you're right when we have to adapt and we have to deal with the new environment. I think we need times, ladies and gentlemen, because every human naturally will have time to adapt. To adapt means, our behavior would be subconsciously. Subconscious means that this is our culture. For example, when we have a clock over there, and then the battery is running out. But you know that the clock is, it doesn't work. But your eyes will be, what time is it? Oh, the battery is running out. And then you will make some assignment, and then you have to sleep, and then when you wake up, what time is it? The clock, oh my God, this is running out. That is subconscious. You know already that the clock is doesn't work, but because subconscious means that this is our behavior to see the clock like this. And when you are doing cooking, Nabila, what time is it? Oh, the battery is running out. So that is subconscious. We have to have the time when probably 1 week, okay, the clock is no battery, you have to buy the new one, and then you know that the clock begin to work. That is why we need time. When you have a dream to go overseas, England probably, or Australia, you will see Nabila and adapt. This is the new culture. And then you have to adapt your meal, also your drink, because probably you will get stomach ache when this is your habits to eat rice. When you are there, you are eating burger every day, hot dog every day. You will adapt. But you know, we have to believe that this is natural for us to adapt to the new environment. But we have to analyze and then read a lot from internet, from journal, from books, and then you will adapt naturally.
Well, okay. Thank you so much, Mr. Dedi,
Okay.
Nabila, and also Irfan. We have an interesting conversation for today as we talk about the culture, and also we have a cue card that we have answered. It's really awesome that we have a different experience, we have different opinion about the culture. Well, I think it is enough for our conversation for today. Mr. Dedi, thank you so much for your time. Mr. Dedi and also Nabila.
It's a pleasure.
It's a very clear experience. Is it Irfan?
Yes.
Yes, from our expert. Well, I think it is enough for our talk show for today. Thank you so much for watching our talk show. Well, we are going to permit because the time is limited. Thank you so much. We are from the group 4. Thank you so much. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.